Hello, and welcome to the For Your Best Self podcast. It's Dr. Saluja, dermatologist and co-founder of Dermatology Plastic Surgery, wishing you a happy new year and joy and health in 2024. Today, I'm excited to highlight back to basics ideas and a few special areas for the year ahead. At the end, I wanted to take a moment to highlight our best innovative approaches as well. There will be many things you can't control this year, so I encourage you to focus on the things you can. Let's start with back to basics. I want to begin by talking about skincare regimen. Your skincare regimen. We refer to skincare as similar to nutrition and as the most important thing for skin health. Scientifically proven skincare with active ingredients will set you up for compliments. So let's review your regimen steps. In the morning, what are you cleansing with? Check what the first ingredient is on your cleanser bottle. Is it water? Or is it something else? I prefer high-grade aloe as the first ingredient. The Saluja MD Refresh Plus cleanser has this. Aloe is a potent antioxidant, and cleansing is the very first step of your regimen. It gives you a clean, healthy canvas for which to put your anti-aging and your corrective products as well as your sunblock. So really look at your cleanser. It should be something that works for you and that you love to use. After your cleanser, what antioxidants or growth factors or peptides are you using? A few of the brands that we recommend include Elastin, which is Tri-Hex technology. It's a peptide-based anti-aging product line. And one of our favorite growth factor and antioxidant products is Skin Medica's TNS Advanced Plus Serum. This would be the next step after cleansing. After that, anything that you would use for corrective measures would be applied, such as pigmentation correction or hydration that you want to add to the skin in the morning. So, for example, we often will have our patients apply Obagi Clear or vitamin C clarifying serum to help with brightening the skin. Last, we're going to apply our sun protection, and that is going to be a medical grade sunblock with zinc or titanium. Extra features include hydration or a tint. So it's really nice when you can get a 3-in-1 product that has your sunblock, your hydration, and a little bit of tint that can serve as a daily foundation. At night, again, you're going to cleanse. You're going to look at your growth factors and peptides. Antioxidants are best suited for the morning, whereas growth factors and peptides are usually applied twice a day. Then you're going to look at renewing and exfoliating. So this is where we want our vitamin A derivative applied, which is a retinol or tretinoin. After applying that, you'll also look at, do you need your corrective measure applied in the evening, which would be pigment correction and or hydration. One of my favorite hydrating products is Skin Medica Dermal Repair for extreme dryness, and a nice balancing daily hydration product is Saluja MD Luminosity Oil. The luminosity oil is really nice if you prefer natural and organic products. It's also good to consider specialty products at this time. That would include things like your eye area, Elastin Restorative Eye Cream, or treating your neck area. Elastin has a restorative neck cream. Eyelashes, we use Obagi Nucil Eyelash Serum to help with the eyelash health and growth. Body, do we want to use a medical grade skincare cream for body issues such as sun damage or dryness on the body? So don't forget your other areas of care of skin. Another back to basics thing I'd like to talk about is Sculptra. Sculptra is an injectable. It's a collagen stimulator. It helps slow down skin's aging. It helps you feel more confident. We are the most experienced Sculptra team in Central Florida, and Sculptra allows you to rebuild your own collagen to create more youthful skin and a natural looking contour to your face. On average, we inject 1 vial per decade of life total to start, and then I inject 1 to 2 vials every 6 weeks with 1 to 2 vials every 1 to 2 years to maintain. So there is some variability because we all present with different baseline volume and different baseline skin health. But it's a general framework that most people will start between 3 and 6 vials and then might do a vial or 2 every year or 2. A special consideration is to stop Sculptra a year or 2 before considering a face or neck lift. The other back to basics thing to think about are your maintenance tox treatments. So tox is short for Botox, Dysport, Daxxify, Jeuveau, Xeomin. Regular injections with Botox and similar are key to reducing wrinkles and muscle aging over time. So we use the concept of muscle retraining to deliver premium, beautiful results. You don't want to wait until full movement is back. So the best way to schedule your tox treatments is to schedule them in advance for the year and do your 3 to 4 times or your twice if you're on Daxxify, and just have that set in your calendar so you make the time for maintenance. One of the other back to basic concepts I like to talk about, and I want you to consider for this year, are tox boosters. Adding a APL chemical peel or broadband light BBL Forever Young treatment to your tox treatment, often same day, offers both rapid skin complexion improvement and long-term genetic changes for skin. The skin looks more vibrant and youthful for years to come. And boosting treatments together gives compound benefits. It's mathematics where 2 + 2 = 5 instead of 4, because you're combining different modalities on the same day to treat different layers of the skin. We often look at the skin as having layers, right? Or even if you go below the skin, you include muscle and bone aging. The more layers of this beauty cake you are in, the better results you are going to get long term on your kind of your youthful journey. So those are my back to basics recommendations. Looking at your skincare regimen, considering Sculptra, getting your maintenance tox treatment scheduled, and tox boosters. I wanted to transition to talk about special areas a little bit, because these areas come up often in the treatment room in terms of questions that our patients have, and having baseline information at your fingertips is a great way to arm yourself before you come into the visit so that we can get into your specifics more rapidly, and you can get scheduled more rapidly if you're interested. The first area I want to talk about are the under eyes. This is an area that is asked about all the time, and when treated well, it looks beautiful and natural. I just had my under eyes treated less than a week ago, and it just makes me so happy. Who doesn't want their under eyes, the hollows, diminished? So there's products that are approved for this area. They include Restylane Eye Light and Juvederm Volbella. When delivered by a skilled injector and we fill the under eye area, it helps you look more refreshed. The important thing is not to overfill. A little hollow is natural, and to fill in the right areas of the hollow and at the right depths. So skill plays a big role in this area. Otherwise, your under eye area can look baggier instead of refreshed. And then also to recognize that hollows are different than natural under eye bags. So under eye bags, we want to treat a different way and not with filler. I also love using Elastin restorative eye cream in this area to help with crepey skin and finer wrinkles. And of course, we have additional treatments that we can do with laser resurfacing to help the skin texture as well. Then I want to talk about the jawline and jowls, very briefly at least. Juvederm Volux is a newer filler that augments the jawline and chin area. And we get great projection with the Volux. We put it over the bone and underneath the muscle, so it forms almost an implant-like effect. This helps with jawline aging, because we lose bone in this area, and that as we lose bone and the jawline shortens and our projection gets less, our skin looks saggier. I also really think there's a place for PDO thread lifts, and I do a specific kind of thread lift called Buso lift, and that helps with the jowl area falling once volume is restored. If there's still a jowl left, we add threads. Also, if the cheek starts to fall and we want to lift the cheek up and we've got good cheek volume, the goal isn't to have bigger cheeks, it's to have lifted cheeks. So there's a place for filler and a place for threads. Threads are done in the fatty layer of the skin. And so again, it's part of this beauty cake, layered cake approach. And then last, we have a device that we are actually in the top 5 in the United States in our usage of it. So we've really refined the technique with Ellacor. Ellacor treats skin laxity. It basically microcores all these little areas from your skin so that you have less skin left. But the areas it removes are so small that there is no scarring and the visible eye can't see it. So you have dots, but within those dots are really pieces of skin that have been removed, these little microcores. And so 5 to 8% of the skin can be removed with Ellacor at a time. And when we remove that skin in this area, we are reducing the jowling just because there's less skin available. So it's a great adjunct to other things that we're doing. And, you know, the key is we're going to customize a plan for you. And these are some non-surgical options, but of course we have great surgical options as well, or a plastic surgeon near you would be happy to talk about surgical options as well. The third area I want to talk about is the neck. The neck is a super challenging area to treat once aging has already started. Again, combination treatment works best, especially if we're considering non-surgical treatments. Talk to your practitioner about tox treatments with Botox or Dysport or Daxxify to help with neck bands, as well as something called the Nefertiti lift, which is using your tox to help lift the jawline area by relaxing the muscles that pull down on the jawline. There's also a neat way to use a filler called Radiesse. Radiesse is a filler that helps contour. However, when we hyperdilute it with saline, it becomes a collagen stimulator that improves crepiness and skin texture and also provides some tightness. So hyperdilute Radiesse is a nice option for the neck for someone looking for office visit-based treatment. And then one of our other favorite devices that has absolutely zero downtime and safe for all skin types is SoftWave. SoftWave is using ultrasound heat energy and applying it to the skin to tighten the skin. It's really good when someone has loose skin and not a lot of fat in their neck. And we're looking to diminish sort of that little bit of extra skin that's hanging. I personally like doing a SoftWave treatment once a year to help keep the jawline as tight as possible. And again, from a skincare standpoint, I love Elastin Restorative Neck Cream here. Tretinoin mixed with hydration as an option, or TNS Advanced Plus Serum, and of course, sunblock in the morning. I want to finish up by talking about innovative aesthetic treatments and products. Some things you may not have heard about. I've touched on some of these already, but it's a good review, especially if you're a skin connoisseur or you're really looking at what your options are this year. Coming up with a plan at the start of the year is a great way, really a great way to help hold yourself accountable, because we all want to feel confident and get the compliments that our skin looks great. And so let me start with a product called Elastin Illuminate. It's a newer clinically proven product with multiple ingredients that minimize the appearance of unwanted discoloration, including dark spots and age spots and hyperpigmentation and brown spots, as well as redness. The skin looks brighter. You can see it within a couple weeks. It's not an illusion. It's making real changes. It is medical grade, but not prescription like hydroquinone is. It's great on all skin types. It's not acne causing or irritating. So if you haven't tried Elastin Illuminate and you're looking at brightening your complexion or improving brown spots, this is something I highly recommend for this year. In terms of injections, there's a few new things out. One is called Skin Vive by Juvederm. It's the first and only hyaluronic acid micro droplet injectable, and it's indicated to improve cheek and especially cheek skin smoothness, as well as neck crepiness. It's another option, and chin texture, and it helps the skin retain its natural moisture because it is hyaluronic acid based. It helps the skin with softness. It's a great product to do a month before an event. And it is very nice for deep hydration. If you're using a hydrating cream and still feeling like your skin is dry, this is the next step. I mentioned Restylane Highlight. It is what fills the under eye hollows and diminishes what we call the tear trough area. And the goal is, again, a natural look and feel with Restylane Highlight. Another injectable that I just talked about, but for review, is the Juvederm Volux. That's one of the more recent Juvederm additions to improve the shape and structure of the lower face and achieve a contoured look in the jawline. The results last at least a year with optimal improvement. And I've mentioned Daxxify earlier. Daxxify is a peptide-based Botox alternative. It's the only tox made in the U.S. It's the only tox that's vegan. It's the only tox that it's a peptide. And it can deliver premium results when injected in certain areas at certain doses, obviously by an expert injector. It's worth a shot, especially if you have resistant wrinkles in the frown area or between the eyebrows. One of the newer ingredients, or newer, it's not new in that it comes from our body, and I actually had a whole podcast on it, but one of the things that we can now apply to your skin during treatments is a class called exosomes. And you have to be careful with exosomes because how they are derived and the amount of exosomes available in different formulations is different. And we use something called anti-age MD exosomes. They're basically communication messengers derived from stem cells, so there's no actual cells in the exosomes. But the messenger chemicals train the skin cells to act younger. And it's basically a serum that we mix and add to microneedling, laser treatments, and Ellacor to enhance results and cut downtime in half. Another innovative treatment I just mentioned was called SoftWave, and I want to review that's the ultrasound technology that tightens lax skin under the neck. It can also be used to lift the eyebrow. So let's say your tox treatment is not giving enough of an eyebrow lift for you, you're not ready for a brow lift surgically. Ultrasound technology in the forehead area can stimulate collagen and improve lines, as well as lift the eyebrow by a few millimeters. And again, no downtime, and it works over time, and it's something that's been popular in the last year of practice, but that I think the trend will continue in 2024. To summarize about Ellacor as the other treatment that I recently talked about, that's the microcoring technology that we are doing more and more of. And another term for it is called scarless skin removal, because that's what it's removing. And I talked about the lower face jowl area for Ellacor, but we've also started using it on the body where there's excess skin. So that may be the stomach area or the upper arms. And so sometimes thinking outside of the box, now that we've used these treatments for some of the standard indications, is really a trend for 2024. I want to talk very briefly, but importantly, about safe non-surgical gluteal augmentation. Brazilian buttock lifts are a very significant surgery, and there are alternatives. And our PA Max is specialized in non-surgical gluteal augmentation, and it is a popular cosmetic procedure that offers a safer, less invasive alternative, obviously, to traditional surgery. And we use dermal fillers such as Radius, Sculptra, and Renuva. And the goal is to enhance the appearance of the buttocks and to restore contour. The skin texture can also often improve with this treatment. And it's very customized to you, so consultation in person is recommended for the best plan for you, but it is an option to surgical treatment, and one that I do want to highlight. And finally, I want to finish by asking you to consider a classic treatment that's been available for years, but I still feel is innovative, and that's broadband light, BBL Forever Young. Ongoing studies from universities such as Stanford have shown that more broadband light into the skin, the better it is for our skin. Broadband light offers rapid improvement in skin discoloration, redness, tone, and texture. It's a 30-minute treatment done in the office, minimal downtime, no numbing required. The most common treatment course is a series of monthly treatments done 3 to 4 times and then continued 2 to 3 times a year. BBL offers long-term gene expression changes to help your skin act and look more vibrant and younger for years to come. Those gene changes lead to real improvement and stability in collagen, elastin, hyaluronic acid. And so even if you don't have problems with your complexion, you don't have redness, you don't have brown, you don't have a particular thing you're trying to change, a BBL Forever treatment is going to help you long term. The 10-year studies show photos of patients taken 10 years later from the initial photos. If they've been done regular BBL treatments, they in fact look younger than their initial treatments, and that's really, really amazing. So I like to highlight it even though it's a classic. I know I covered a lot in a really short amount of time, but I think it's important to talk about the things we have available, or that other cosmetic dermatologists and plastic surgeons near you might have available. We're happy to answer any questions via email. So email us at info@foryourbestself.com. Our phone number is 321-241-1160. I really want to thank you for listening in to learn about my back to basic ideas and special areas and some innovative and classic treatment approaches for 2024. And I just want to wish you a really happy new year with a focus on things that you can control, and letting the things that you can't go. And I can't wait to talk to you again. So until next time, thank you.